How are we doing? It's been a while. And again, I'll reiterate the reason why the videos aren't consistent is because, quite simply, I'm not getting paid. So if you want to see more videos, obviously, hit like and subscribe. Subscribe's probably more important, I don't really know. um, but if you want the truth, people, on certain things, you come to me. Doesn't matter what the questions are, I'll answer them. Like to talk about sport, and I like to play Fishing Planet, because Fishing Planet, even though it can get on your tits now and again, it's got to be the least stressful game I've ever played. Even if you think you're not really into fishing, if you're a competitive gamer and you get to that point where you are at boiling point, and I don't mean the point where you're at your best, because obviously we all know if you get pissed off, you get better. Because you get that sort of wave of perfection that comes with the anger. I'm talking about the anger that comes after that, when you start making stupid mistakes and you're just dying and dying and dying. Fishing Planet, best game for you to just escape for a couple of minutes and go, right, okay, breather, I'll come back to it, and that is that, you know. So that's my promo. Fishing Planet done. best game on PlayStation by far. Definitely available on other platforms as well, I should imagine. And if you're interested in setting records or playing competitively on there, I recommend you join the Fishing Planet community on PS4. We have 1,500 members at the current moment, and some of our members are high-ranking tournament fishermen and have some of the record caught fish caught on the game as well. So we've got a really good community when it comes to Fishing Planet. So if you want to get into it, by all means join us. We're always willing to help. Everyone's always supportive. Even if you're posting photos of your first fish or something small, people will give you encouragement and give you tips on how to improve, and more importantly, how to earn money in the game without having to use any of the in-game purchases. Because all of my licenses, this might sound like nothing if you don't understand, but all of my licenses, all of my special equipment, which cost coins instead of the main currency, coins being an in-game purchase, you do get it for completing challenges, and of course if you save that up, it's fine, and of course you can save that up if you know how to make money. And my videos, well, even if I don't tell you what to do, just watch me whilst I'm going along, the baits I use, the hooks I use, the equipment I use. Just make note, you know, because it'll all be useful information if you're a level 20. I don't have the best equipment you can get for a level 20, but I've got equipment which will catch me fish that get me levels up pretty much every day at this current rate. So, last time I left you guys, I was promising I was going to do some live commentary on football matches. I'm afraid it's kind of difficult for me to do that, because I don't know the consistency of the stream quality, and realistically, with one person talking for an hour and a half, it's a lot, you know. It'd be easier if I had someone to do it with me, but I don't. So, who has been enthralled with this World Cup so far? We've seen shocks, we've seen brilliance, we've seen goals of the fucking year in almost every game. Like, I think deciding a goal of the tournament is going to be so difficult, because there is literally at least 10 goals I can think of that deserve it. The Ronaldo free kick, the Nacho volley, the Pavard volley, the Luka Modric shot from distance, the Di Maria goal from yesterday as well. The brilliance of Edinson Cavani against Portugal. You've got all this to consider for for a goal of the tournament, and we're only at the round of 16. It's been enthralling. I think it's safe to say when it comes to qualifications, the only real shock for me was Group H. I mean, obviously, how can I not talk about Germany? You know, that was painful. You know, Germany were my picks to win. Thankfully, though, I do have a secondary bet on a team, I still have some money on France, and well, they beat Argentina, so I'm very happy. That was a great game as well, easily one of the best in the tournament. The second game already where we've had 7 goals scored in one match, the other one of course being the 6-1 victory over Panama for England, and the next best game was the 3-3 draw between Portugal and Spain. Portugal out, but I have a feeling Spain won't be by the end of the day, because they're playing Russia. And I don't want to take anything from the Russians. They have really stepped it up. No one can deny that no one expected the Russians to do as well as they did. But their last match against, who was it the Russians had in their group? I can't remember. I mean, I know they had the Egyptians. I know they had the Saudi Arabians. Oh, but who else was in there? I just genuinely can't remember. Either way, I just remember that team basically gave Russia a taste of their own medicine. Basically going, right, this is how good you actually are. There we go. It was Uruguay. Don't know why I forgot about that. Uruguay put them in their place, and rightly so. And of course, Uruguay just knocked out Portugal. So, talking of Uruguay, do they have the potential to win the World Cup? I'm going to say no. I think their midfield is too reliant on the strikers. They have a very good backline. But their lack of midfield is going to be their downfall, and they face France next, and I think especially Pogba's going to mince the Uruguayan midfield. And of course, we've also got the big talk if Edinson Cavani is going to miss the next match, or potentially the rest of the tournament, even if they do somehow manage to upset the French. Cavani needs to be fit if they want to stand a chance against Uruguay, because I don't think Suarez can do it by himself. The amount he throws himself down, he's down on the ground, acting like a clown. You would think that was clever play, but the thing is, when the player does the same thing 4 or 5 times, the referee will start to just go on without him. As we've seen, I mean, Uruguay, had the audacity to complain that the ref wasn't paying attention to Suarez's injury. And the first time, fair, he didn't notice. But the next 3 times he did it, though, the ref just kept playing on, fully acknowledging Suarez was on the deck. And that's good. It's good to see a referee who doesn't think that every single thing will be an injury. It's really good to see that. It would be it'd be so ugly if Suarez was allowed to take full control of the match over France, but I just don't see that happening. They're in too good form. France have got it in the bag, I think, knocking out Uruguay, which is a shame, because as I was going to say, I don't think they could win the World Cup, but if they had all of their squad together, I think Uruguay we could see in the semi-finals again, like we did in 2010, because they do have that potential. And I'm sorry, I rate Cavani and Suarez better than I ever rated Diego Forlan, and Diego Forlan is a Uruguayan legend, of course, in his own right. It's disappointing. It's disappointing that Uruguay managed to beat Portugal. But nevertheless, they're in, so we've got to deal with that. This was just a nice quick video to talk about the match tonight. I won't be broadcasting it, I'm afraid, because I will be broadcasting a Formula 1 match. If you're interested in the Fishing Planet, then by all means, stay tuned soon. I will be I'll be starting a live stream fairly soon. The Grand Prix starts in about half an hour, I believe. If not, it'll be soon. And this is it, talking about the World Cup. If anyone disagrees with the predictions after listening to this video, please send me your predictions. Tell me who you think's going to win the World Cup, or who's going to win these round of 16 matches. And on a final note, I also think Croatia will beat Denmark tonight. Might be a good match. Might be a very good match. It might even go to penalties. But I think if they show up, I think Croatia actually has a very serious chance of being a dark horse in this tournament this year. So thanks for listening, and as soon as we reel in this fish, as As soon as we reel in this fish, I shall begin work on the Formula 1 video. Stay tuned, and thank you for listening.